So, Jazz, I feel like this may have been a good segue because y'all know Jazz recently gave birth to
Girl,
Cam
not you
Newton's
going to
daughter.
the full episode, bitch.
Yeah, I had to find that piece, just that little piece, so we can
Okay.
listen to it. And yeah, so let's just talk about it because she talks about not being supported as well. So let's check this out.
Family relationships.
I went right to you.
You looking at me?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. Honestly, and I hate to be that person to just keep talking about my child, but when you have a child and you're in a relationship, it changes things. You might go from, I know we got sanctified holy people in here on Sunday. When you go from it being every day, 2 times a day, to maybe once a week, because the baby on your titty, she hating on you, he mad at her. It's like, it's hard. It really is. It's really hard. But I think that, you just got to find time. And it's funny that you said that you didn't check on your man, because for me, it's like, I do so much. I was looking for somebody to check on me. You know what I'm saying?
That's a word.
I said, because I'm going to say it like this. Postpartum is not talked about enough, and we don't support each other enough in that. And it is hard. It is hard, and it is dark. It is very dark. And it's dark. So sometimes just because I might look nice and pretty on the outside doesn't mean that I don't have internal damage going on the inside. Because I woke up, I cooked for everybody, I fed everybody, and I realized it's 4 o'clock. I didn't eat a thing. And nobody even asked me if I ate a thing.
Damn.
Baby on the titty all day. She good. She chunky and fed. And here I am, starving, malnourished, losing my ass.
Not losing your ass.
Heavy on that. I understand that.
It's really hard. And I think that it just goes back to your support system. You having them people who really check in on you. And be like, hey, listen, I know you're busy. I know you got a lot going on, but like, how are you?
Right.
What's going on with you?
Right. That's real.
Can I help you do anything? Can you just vent real quick?
Come on now.
Sometimes I just need to call and be like, don't say nothing. Just let me run it.
Yes.
But the balance, you just have to make a conscious effort, and you just have to, anything else that's important in your life and you're intentional about, if it's important to you, you got to be intentional about that too.
I love that. I love that. That's good. That's so good.
Yeah, I'm working to pray for me, y'all.
All right, so
I love that. She's so nice.
yes, you talking about Crystal Bondi?
Yeah.
Why is you over there acting like Nene? Y'all know when Nene over there with that plate and she just doing her thing, like I don't care about none of this that's going on.
I had to make some notes, girl. I had to make some notes. Hey, sweetheart.
Well, let me
What's up,
go.
Lyric?
Lyric. Because this is literally right off the heels of what I was saying about like, oh, it sounds so fucked up. But I don't mean this in general. I don't mean it in general when I say like, well, bitch, you knew this, because everybody doesn't know what situation that they're going to get into before they have a baby. People don't know, right?
True.
But when it comes to her case specifically, the proof is in the pudding. The cake has been baked. This man has how many kids, how many baby mamas, and you've seen him start families and then leave. So part of me is just like, girl, I hate that for you, but I don't give a fuck at the same time. It sucks because I can understand where she's coming from when she says, well, my postpartum and everything was great.
Mhm.
But I'm talking about when she's saying, you didn't cook for everybody, it's 4 p.m., you ain't ate, I didn't lost my ass. I understand that, right?
Mhm.
But with her, it's just like, you came to us and you said when $1 million nigga put that pressure on you. And now I'm thinking to myself, the $1 million nigga put the pressure on you. That's not enough. It's not enough. That's the embarrassing part, is that the $1 million nigga put the pressure on you, but didn't even supply the resources. If he didn't want to do it his fucking self, he didn't even supply the resources to help keep you mentally sane. So while I hate that for you, it's just like, ladies, the stability has to be within before you go find it from somebody else. And if she would have had that stability within, she might not have chosen him. Girl, I hate that for you. Heavy on the losing your ass though, girl.
BIT. I feel like you just ate that. I feel like Young LA. Don't I be with you serving everybody? Oh my God.
But that's part of what I was saying about how whenever you end up having somebody's baby, you have to understand. And I just wish more people understood this before. Yeah. It comes with the sacrifice of self in general. So if you know that you're going to sacrifice yourself to some degree, be selective with who you do that with. Yeah. So I hope other girls learn from this.
Okay. Child, that was good. I think, when she talked about the friend aspect of, I guess, the friends not calling and checking on her, it made me question if they didn't, because you may not have want that. It seems like they may have tried to offer you support beforehand, and they may have been likely shunned. And based on how you've shown up with those friends, they probably didn't really know how to show up for you in that particular moment. So that could be very, very well possible too. But I agree with everything Niecy said, primarily because this is a lot of what people said. They already saw the writings on the wall. I don't know how she did it, but maybe it was because that was $1 million nigga putting that pressure. And one thing I kind of did not like, and y'all let me know, I didn't like that she talks about not being supported, but then brings the conversation back to the friends being the ones that have to show up for you, when the person that should be showing up for you is the one within the house. But you enjoy rubbing his back and knowing his breathing pattern when he falls asleep. And it really irritates me that you have to learn another breathing pattern, which is that of your daughters, and he doesn't know either, is what it seems. But I'm not here to be hard. I'm just here to say.
Which is a good segue for me to answer the chat.
Okay.
The man is mad at the baby.
Not you looking down the show notes.
Yes, sir. I had to write that shit down. He mad at the baby. She glossed over that shit. But for everybody that feel like they making this sacrifice so that their babies can have a certain father and you can have the father in your life and everything, how does the father treat you when he's mad at you because you're taking your mom's energy away from him? Because to be very clear, I experienced that on some level. I experienced my dad being so territorial of my mom's energy that he made me and my sister feel uncomfortable, to the point that it's like we need to go in our rooms, because if we're asking any energy of our mother, he's gonna get upset. Even okay, so say we're all in the living room and we're watching television. Say we are talking to our mom because we want to talk to our mom about something. He's going to now be agitated that we're talking while the TV is on. And then if she's not in there with him as he's watching TV, he's aggravated and upset because he wants her to be in there with him. So that's what I mean. Like, when you get older, you start to realize sometimes you're not being disciplined because you did something wrong. You're being disciplined because they're angry that you're interfering with whatever they want to happen. And I need for y'all to, because I'm only bringing that example forth because we see this all the time with men, that their whole existence in the relationship is about them being served, i.e. rubbing feet, cooking, fucking, cleaning, following breathing patterns, right? While you're doing all of that, when has he done anything besides taking you out on a dinner or a trip here or there? But when has he had a maid at the house so you don't have to clean up, a cook at the house so you don't have to cook all the time? When does he put things in place so that you don't have to work so much? That's not what he does. He puts you in these positions and you see it as catering to your man. So you go and have a baby and now you can't cater to your man. So now all of these things that you were doing that he should have been paying somebody to do because he got money, he's mad at you for not being able to fulfill those things. And that's when you recognize that it's not about you showing him that you love him. It's about you serving him. And you giving him all of your attention and all of your energy. And when you start giving it to a baby, now he's angry at the baby. In your mind, you're like, well, at least I'm having a baby with $1 million nigga, not understanding that just because somebody has money, it doesn't mean they're generous with it. And it doesn't mean that they're generous with their energy and the people that they love. Because men with money love for all of the attention to be on them. Children and women, if they are being who they're supposed to be being, take some of the attention away from the man because they're the dependents at one point or another. The woman needs support because she's pregnant. The children need support because they're children. The man who is always in this position of being doted on before the children come into play is now pissed off because he's no longer in that position. And that's why you have to pay attention to when men act this way instead of adopting it as your personality and something you're so happy to fucking do. Telling everybody that, like y'all said, oh, $1 million nigga put pressure on you, but he's a stingy $1 million nigga. So what's the point? You might as well have a broke nigga other than having a nigga with money who's stingy and don't make your life easier. And now you telling us that you looking for support from your homegirls because that nigga not supporting you. Hello? Hello?
She sound about crazy as Rashida.
Bruh.
Rashida last week was saying to Yandy, you didn't check on me when it came to the situation with Kirk. Well, bitch, you still standing next to Kirk. Why the fuck do it matter if I checked on you?
It was Kirk in the interview saying you didn't check on her when Jazmine.
You didn't check on her.
We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. But let me say, I feel like I'll say this and then we're gonna move on. What they say about each other can go for each other. In my personal. But I promise we're gonna talk about it. And I'm looking forward to us chatting about them. Anything else on Jazz?
Just that stop seeing men having money as that's the only thing they need to do. Make them prove that they're willing to spend that bag to make you comfortable. Meaning that if they're making you prove your love with your service, even though they have money to do those services, their money means nothing. Understand that. I think a lot of women get caught up in men taking them on trips or nice vacations. But if he's making you work so hard to prove you deserve to be with $1 million nigga, then it's really not of value the way you think it is. It's not.
Yeah. And when I say I don't give a fuck, I just mean I don't want to hear it. I feel bad for her, but I also am more so annoyed. So I'm legally blind and deaf to it.
Oh yeah, no, we don't feel that bad for you, bitch, because you told us to kiss your ass because you was with a rich nigga. So bitch, be over there lonely, not getting any real help with that rich nigga. Good day.
Who has the resources? It's crazy.
Yeah, that is messed up. And that's why I do kind of feel the badness a bit for her. But best of luck.